Hi everyone, good evening. This is Raina from Raina Stories. I think some of you may have already seen my videos, but for those who have not seen, I will just say that this is a channel I have created on YouTube for sharing experiences and in our day-to-day life. Small, it could be a small experience, it could be a kind of very serious kind of an experience, but these are not meant for any debates or any arguments as such. Everyone is allowed to give their views. So in fact, my regular name is Dr. Sikta Patti. I'm a professor who teaches management students, and I also do a lot of social work. But I'm now caught with this intense desire to meet all of you across live, across videos, and kind of connect with everyone in the world. And so English, I think, is a language which will help me connect with a lot of people. So, Raina, because I have already mentioned in other videos that my father has given me affectionately, he used to call me Raina. So, I have made the channel called Raina Stories. Suddenly, why did I decide to go live today? This is most interesting. It has been I'm speaking from Odisha, a very picturesque state of India. And this evening it has been raining cats and dogs, horrible rains, but beautiful also because everything looks green and beautiful. There is, because it was very hot earlier, so the rains have come in. And I just remembered about how we would come back from, office totally drenched when we were young and working before before we settle down. So that's why I thought, about this topic, that should women go to work. It's a very, very, what do you say, day to day discussed topic. Should women go to work? And though I have not been to all the Western countries, I have been to some countries in Southeast Asia, somewhere in like Australia, I have been there. So these are things, which is nothing very uncommon in many places, and people have a lot of things to say. So here I would feel that this is a platform which you can also express your views and like what is happening in your country. How do women look at this part of work? Okay, so here also we find that now gradually the women are getting very, very, what would you say? They are becoming ambitious. They want to earn their money. They want to look after themselves. They want to be a breadwinner in the family. So, even before marriage, the girls who are educated, they are going, say, to a school or, maybe to a small office to practice their skills. So, they're educated. Even in the slums, where the place where I live is very close to a slum, and there also I find that the girls are very smart, they're very confident, educated, and I'm sure that once they get married, they will continue to do their work. So, but in many parts they say in here also that the once married and the children have come in, the lady of the house is expected to look after the children, and we can't say no also because now we have nuclear families, just the husband, wife, and children. In the metros, in the cities, the situation is like this. Only in few places we find that the grandparents are staying along with the family. So it is an extended family. It is an advantage because the children can be looked after. Even if you keep a housekeeper, domestic help, until you have somebody from the family, uh, kind of living in the house, you cannot feel confident to go to office. So here I will narrate a very, what would you say, very, very shocking incident which happened with a friend of mine. So they both, a friend and her husband, they worked in private bank. They were doing very well, and they had a 3-year-old daughter. So they would, and they had a housekeeper, nice girl she was, and so this girl used to look after her daughter. So one day, my friend, she said, I'm having a bad pain in the stomach, and she felt she should go home. So when she reached home and pressed the bell, she found there was a lot of music, loud music coming out from the flat. So she was a little shocked, suddenly what happened. And her help, domestic help, asked her, Ma'am, why have you come back now? So my friend said, for a minute she thought, oh, is it my house or her house? So she didn't say anything. So she said, I have a stomach ache. Can I go in? She went in, and there were lots of these, young guys and girls. There was a party going on. They had ordered food, there was music, dancing, and the child was sitting in a corner with a very grumpy face, not knowing what to do. So my friend's heart sank, and she took an immediate decision. She said, if I'm so educated and having such a good job, and my daughter is not having a good, like she's not able to have a good life, what is the point of my working? And she suddenly gave up her job until the child grew up. So later she went in for a, what do you say, this work from home kind of a thing. But this kind of incidents really kind of shake us. And of course now here also in India and in Orissa, we have a lot of good crash system where the child can be kept there for the time being, and confidently the parents can go to office. So whether the lady should work or not actually depends on the husband and wife. But what happens if, suppose, she has been working as a teacher? Sorry, excuse me. She has been working as a teacher before marriage and has been getting 10,000 a month, sorry, 20,000 a month. And she takes a break when the children come. She takes a break for 3 years. So nobody will offer her 20,000 anymore. This is the rule of the market. So if she takes up a job, she feels highly frustrated because she may get something like 6,000 or 8,000 like that because of the break. So it is not that she is being vindicated, but it's the system. So gradually, as we are moving from, what kind of a joint family to nuclear families, these are the problems which crop up. I was living in Pune, a city close to Mumbai, if most of you would have heard. And next door, in the same apartment, there was a couple. There was a Punjabi Sikh couple who were preparing, dabbas. It's called dabbas, dinner and lunch for the, sorry, for the, they were preparing for the students, for people in office, and both were that time above 60, I'm sure, long back. So I asked them, and they had one daughter who was very well settled. So I said, Uncle, aap abhi tak, like, why are you working till now? Both of you, it's time for you to take rest. You're working from morning till evening, not taking any rest and all that. What is the need? because they had got quite friendly with me. So I asked them this question long back. Excuse me, just 1 second. Yeah. So then they said, the husband said, uncle said that earlier he called me beta. Beta means, like a daughter. So he said, beta, earlier there was one person in the family, the head of the family, sorry, who, like, would work, and rest 10 or 20 people would depend on him. So he said that that stage is gone. If there are 10 people, then 10 people have to work to support themselves in the family. And it struck a chord in my mind. I said, yes, it is true. One reason is confidence, what we call, Swabhiman in India. It gives us confidence. And the next thing is that every person knows what it is to work, how to spend, how to ask for money. So it is very important that people start working. So somehow, yes, I agreed with him. I said, yes, uncle, you're saying what you're saying is right. But slowly, like, you could reduce a little bit of the pressure of work. So he said, we enjoy it. Then I could not say anything. So these are the things which they come to my mind when I'm resting or when I'm doing flexi work. It comes to my mind. And in the villages here, in the villages, the women, they do a lot of work. They do, of course, the housework, and they also do the outside work, like going to the agriculture fields and all that. So they do. But sometimes, because of the joint family system, if they have got a daughter in law from a city or a metro town, they may ask her to stop working. Because there they don't like the daughter in law, especially the newlywed brides, to go out, you know, until 6 months or a year, like that. But I'm sure things are changing day by day. This is not the rule, but sometimes it happens. When we speak of villages, there could be 5 or 6 types of villages. Some villages are absolutely the same as cities, no difference. And there are some remote villages where certain practices may be there. I am talking about the indigenous villages, or we call like Adivasi villages and all that, where the norms are a little different. Of course, they are much ahead of the other types of villages. Lot of customs are there in which the women and the men are equal. But in the cities, this is just my observation. I have not done any research. But in the cities, what happens? There is an ego issue. What happens? That the husband should be earning more than the wife, and there is a serious crunch of domestic help. It is not so easy to get domestic help to look after old people or small children, and to get the right, the absolutely, what would you say, the perfect household or domestic help to look after the children. So women, sometimes they stay back until the child is a little older so that they can go back to their own profession. That also happens. So there's a combination, many kinds of things happen. And I would request you to please send me your views. And I'm sure from different countries, the views will be a little different. The Western countries, I think, are way ahead of us in terms of the equality. We also have equality here, but what is practiced varies from house to house. So there is little insecurity in allowing the newlywed bahu, that is the daughter-in-law, to the outside places. She's supposed to go along with the husband. So this is just my sharing for today, and let me. I feel I should go and enjoy the rain. It's rained after a long time, and my cats. That's my daughters. I have sent you a video for my daughters. That is for Princess and Angel. So they are really enjoying the weather. It's like just a contrast. Almost the temperature was 43 or say 40, and now it has become reduced like anything. So it's time for a nice cup of coffee or tea for me. And I do not know your timings. This is India. Standard time is 5 p.m. A time for coffee in the evening or tea in the evening. And I'm sure that wherever you are and whatever times, time gaps are there or time slots, I hope you enjoy yourself and enjoy the day. Goodbye. Do hope to hear from you. And please subscribe and send in your views. Thank you so much.